Is that the girl living next door? Seeing that scene, I, Rinta Saeshima, couldn't help but mutter to myself. It is because I recognized the girl sitting alone on a swing in the park at night around 8 o'clock. Let's see. Lirina, right? Why are you here at this place at this hour? After a moment of hesitation, I called out to her, and she knew that I was her neighbor too.
Oh, you're from next door. Yeah, I forgot my key.
It was only a few days ago that I got to know Lilina. When I got on the elevator after my daily run, a woman got on right after me. Wow, she's that beautiful neighbor. I can't believe she's here at this hour. I was actually bumping into my neighbor, who I was a little curious about. I cursed myself for being in a sweaty, huffing and puffing state. Anyway, I had to say hello so she wouldn't think I was a suspicious person. No, good evening.
Good evening. You're my neighbor, right? Are you jogging?
Yes, always at this time. It's unusual to see you home at this hour. It was a bit suspicious of me to point out the time of the day she gets home, but she seemed unconcerned.
Yes, I've been coming home a little late lately. I hope Lina is okay. Oh, was my daughter being noisy? How was the TV sound?
I didn't know she had a child, though that was a surprising statement. She got off the elevator first and opened the front door of the corner room.
Welcome home, Mom! I'm home, Lilina. Sorry I'm late.
A cheerful looking girl hugged her when she came home. That's how I got to know Lilina. Oh yeah, I remember your mom saying that she has been coming home late lately.
Yeah, that's why I usually wait for her alone, but I forgot my keys.
That's a problem. This is actually a bit of problem. I'm worried about leaving her alone, but that doesn't mean I can take her around or to my place. Well, I guess I'll just have to do this. Which one do you want, Lilina? I was just at the supermarket.
What?
I'll wait here with you until your mother gets home.
But, even though we're neighbors, that would be a nuisance to you.
I'll stay here on my own then. Here, I'll leave the juice for you.
Thank you.
Kids are best when they're that honest. So, can I ask you to stop having the security bother on standby?
Oh, sorry. My mom told me to be ready to ring in any time, so I did.
Well, it's not a bad idea, but it would still be hurtful. After an hour or so, Lilina shouted out,
Mom! Oh, Lilina? What's going on with you and the neighbor?
She rolled her eyes, and I explained the situation to her.
Oh, right. So that's why you stayed with Lilina. Lilina, you have to have the key. I'm sorry, Mom, but I made sure to show him my security buzzer. Why did you do such a rude thing? I'm really sorry.
Well, I'm glad you met your mother safely. Well, I'll go now then.
Oh, wait a minute. If you like, why don't you come over to our place now?
What?
I would like to express my apologies for taking care of Lilina. If you haven't had dinner yet, why don't you join us?
And so I was invited to my neighbor's room. We introduced ourselves to each other before arriving at their place. Her name is Kotone Mitsuzuka. She's 27 years old, the same age as me. And her daughter, Lilina, is currently in the second grade of elementary school and is 7 years old. I mean, Mitsuzuka-san looks even more beautiful when she dresses in a homely attire. When I was thinking about that, she was cooking food adeptly.
Bon
appetit!
Saishima-san, please make yourself at home and eat as much as you want. Mom is a very good cook.
Oh, I see. Well then, let's get right to it. Saying that, I took a bite of her cooking. What is this? It's really very good.
Right? I heard that my mom had the best grades in culinary school.
Oh, so you are a famous chef?
Oh no, I had her while I was still in school. I married my ex-husband upon graduation and became a housewife.
Kotone-san seemed somewhat reluctant to say so. Well, that's natural. Depending on how it sounds like it's a child's fault. but this is really delicious. No wonder you were the best in the culinary school.
But even now, Mama's a chef. Please don't take what she's saying too broadly, Saishima-san. I'm just a part-timer in the kitchen of a restaurant.
Oh, that's a waste of time. Oh? If it was part-time, wouldn't the hours be more flexible? When I said that, Mitsuzuka-san's face clouded over.
That used to be the case before.
What's wrong?
Just recently, the restaurant went from being directly managed by headquarters to being a franchise restaurant, so...
A franchise store means it's an owner-operated store. That means... Are you saying that the new owner forced you to change shifts?
Forced might be an overstatement. The manager is a person who doesn't take into account the family situations of his employees, and he's short-handed from day to night. Still, I'm continuing to work there because my work has been recognized since the days of direct management, and the pay is good, but after what happened this time, maybe I should quit, for her sake.
After that, I pushed aside Mitsuzuka-san's reticence and helped with the cleanup. About earlier, is it okay if you quit your job?
Oh, don't worry. I have alimony from my husband. I'm also getting child support, so we're not going to have to live on our own for a while.
If she's getting alimony, that means I should definitely not ask her the reason of her divorce.
But with the divorce, my dream of owning my own restaurant someday has grown again. I wanted to save up as much money as possible, but for now, I need to do my job as a mother right first.
I don't know what made me make that decision. Was it that I thought it would be a waste of her cooking skills? Or that I wanted her to have a smile on her face? Then, shall I watch Lilina? I found myself saying that.
What? It would be safer if there was someone I could rely on.
Actually, I'm currently unemployed for some reason, and I have plenty of time. If you need any help, I'll help you right away, and you can come to my place anytime.
But...
I guess being an unemployed makes you suspicious.
No, it's not like that. That's right, Mom. He is a nice guy. It's rude to think like that. Lilina, you shouldn't talk like that to someone who you have threatened with a security buzzer.
No, but really, it is not a nuisance.
Well then, may I rely on you?
That's when my interaction with the mother and her daughter began. The first time we met, Lilina showed me her security buzzer. The next day, she came to my room with her homework. I guess she must have liked me so much when we were waiting for her mother and drinking juice together.
That's it! Homework is done! You're a great teacher!
I'm glad to hear that.
Will you check my homework again today?
Essay today?
Yes. I was told that my writing is a bit strange.
Strange?
The teacher says there's no T's and I don't use the horizontal bar to stretch them out.
Well, so you mean it's fine when you speak, but when it comes to writing, you can't write. Just try to write it anyway.
Okay, write it down on... Done! I wrote down that the dinner we had yesterday was delicious!
Let's see. Yesterday, Mommy cooked. The three of us ate a delicious meal together. More delicious to eat with three than two of us. Mama's dinner is more delicious than usual. I've seen a sentence like this before in Biohazard movie.
Biohazard?
A zombie game before you were born. The legendary diary of the first game. The zookeeper gradually becomes a zombie. The diary she wrote around the time she started eating her co-workers looks just like this one. Are you okay, Lilina? You're not itching anywhere, are you?
My essay is a zombie.
Oh, did I say too much? Uh-huh.
My essay is a zombie.
But I'm glad you like it. Let's just add a tiny t for now. And even when Mitsuzuka-san came home and treated us to dinner, Lilina was still very excited.
Mom! My essay's a zombie! Huh? What?
Actually, it's so on and so forth.
Well, she's only in second grade, so that's normal.
After 2 weeks, it was becoming our routine to have dinner together. I had also changed my running time from night to early morning. On Sunday of the third week, the three of us ran together for the first time. And then we decided to go out together. We visited a nearby arcade.
Ugh, my legs are so cramped. Mom, are you okay?
There's a rest area over there. Would you like something to drink over there?
Yes, I do. Lilina, do you want to play the crane game over there? Yeah, I do! Thank you, Rinta-san.
It's okay. It's only a break.
No, I'm talking about Lilina. She's been doing better since she met you, Rinta-san. That's why I wanted to thank you again.
Oh no. Don't worry about it. Besides, I'm the one who's getting strength from you.
What?
The reason why I'm employed right now is, actually, my friend betrayed me, and I lost the energy to work hard. When I was a senior in college, I started a store consultant company with my friends. It was a company that was as important to me as if it was my own child. And I worked very hard to make it grow. But when the company had grown to a certain degree, my co-owner friends betrayed me. Before I knew it, the decision was made to sell the company. Well, I got some money, but since then, I've been in a depressed mood. But after meeting Lilina and Mitsuzuka-san, the light came back to my life. So, I'm the one who should be thanking you. Thank you for bringing back the energy to my life.
Saejima-san. Mommy! Saejima-san! I can't get the stuffed animal. Will you get it for me?
Oh, let's see.
Here! This stuffed animal!
Okay, I'll try it.
Go for it!
Oh no, just a little more.
Yes! A little bit more! A little bit more!
Now! I got it!
Wow! You're amazing! Mom! Saejima-san got this one! Great! That big one?
No. It was just luck. It was already on the verge of failing off.
Thank you, Saejima-san.
It's not such a big deal.
No, it's about what you said earlier. You said you were energized by us. Not only Lilina, but I also feel energized when I'm with you.
Mitsuzuka-san.
Wow! It's like I have a new sister.
After that, we started spending our holidays together often. Movie theaters, aquariums, zoos. We went to places that most families would go. Then, when 3 months has passed...
Mom is late today.
That's right. Normally she would have been home by now.
I'm home. Ah, it's Mom. You're back.
Hi, Mitsuzuka-san. You're back late today.
Yes. There was a bit of a mix-up, but I'm fine.
Mitsuzuka-san looked very melancholy to me when she said that.
I'm sure you two are hungry, so I'll hurry up and make you something.
No, that's okay. You look tired. I'll go to the supermarket and buy some ready-made meals. By the time dinner was finished, it was late. For the first time, I stayed until she fell asleep. She fell asleep quickly, didn't she?
Normally, she is usually asleep at this hour.
Well, now that Lilina is asleep, I'm leaving now.
Saejima-san,
Yes?
do you have any plans for tomorrow morning?
No, nothing in particular.
Well then, since Lilina is sleeping, why don't we have a drink together now? It's been a while since I had a drink with somebody.
Oh, me too. By the way, did something happen today?
Oh, was it obvious? I told you about the new owner at my part-time job. He seems to be feeling that he and I are not getting along, so he's cutting back off on my shifts this time.
Oh no!
We had an argument and I somehow managed to keep working like before, but it was already very hard for me to work for him. On the other hand, my ex-husband has told me he's going to cut off child support.
What? Why?
It's when we went to see a movie. It was a movie theater in a shopping mall, so I guess my ex-husband was there too.
He saw us together.
Yes. He said, if you have a new man, then you don't need child support.
I see. There are a lot of cases where people end up crying themselves to sleep, even if they are legally obligated to do so.
Hey, Saejima-san.
Yes.
If only I had met you earlier. I wonder what would have happened to us.
Mitsuzuka-san, are you drunk?
I don't know.
If it had been earlier, I wouldn't have been able to meet Lilina. At least, I am thankful for the fate that brought us together like this. What am I saying? This sounds like a confession. Mitsuzuka-san, I'm sorry. I don't know how to say this, but it seems like I'm drunk too. Let's see. I mean, the relationship between the three of us is... Oh, Mitsuzuka-san, you were sleeping, weren't you? Aren't you a little too lightweight? Whoa, Lilina, you were awake? No, this is...
Daddy!
Oh, Daddy? Oh, thank goodness, you're half asleep.
I have to pee.
Whoa, the bathroom is this way! The relationship between the three of us, This mother and daughter's happiness is already my happiness too. A few days later, I invited them to a restaurant.
Thank you for inviting us to such a nice restaurant today.
No, I really wanted to talk to you both about something important here.
What? Hey, Mom, what is this?
Mitsuzuka-san,
Yes?
would you like to work in the kitchen of this restaurant?
What?
In fact, this is a restaurant where I worked together when I had just started consulting company. Since that day, I wanted to do something about Mitsuzuka-san's situation, so I reached out to some of my old contacts and found out that the owner of this place was just about to sell the store.
Saejima-san, does that mean...
Mitsuzuka-san, now is the time to fulfill your dream of owning your own restaurant. Why don't you become a co-owner of this restaurant with me? The second floor of this restaurant is the manager's living space. We can use this place as well if you buy the restaurant. The owner is thinking of retiring gradually, and he also wants you to work in the kitchen until the transfer of rights are completed. I don't think there's a better offer out there.
It sounds great for sure, but why are you doing this for us?
Like I said before, it's because I've been able to stand up for myself thanks to you too. I've decided it's time for me to get back on my feet, and I wanted to start that first step with you, Mitsuzuka-san.
Thank you so much, Saejima-san.
Well then,
Yes, please let me accept your offer. To be honest, I'm a little nervous about suddenly owning a store, but if it's with you, I'm... Ah! I get it! So the three of us are going to live together on the second floor of this house, right? Lilina, what are you talking about?
yes, Lilina, that's not what I'm talking about.
Well, this is a proposal, isn't it? I'm telling you it's not like that. But I thought you were going to propose to me too.
What?
Because 3 days ago, there were those words, and I thought it was in that vein.
Oh, you weren't sleeping, were you?
But, yes, you also said you were drunk, right? I'm sorry for making such assumptions.
No, Mitsuzuka-san. I was not drunk.
What?
I meant what I said when I said those words. It's true that I'm grateful for the fate that brought us together now, and I hope we'll be together for a long time to come. So, will you marry me, Kotone-san?
Yes! With pleasure, Rinta-san! Yay! We're getting married!
And so we became a real family. Although the proposal was somewhat spur of the moment, but I guess it was for the best. Considering what we'd been through, it seemed a bit late for a proposal. 5 years later, the restaurant was ours and thriving even more. Kotone and I both love the store as if it were our own daughter. Lilina seems to love the shop as if it were her own sister, and she often helps us with the cleaning. Of course, the family gets along well with each other. The name of the store was changed to Deuxième Fille. This is a French word meaning second daughter. But,
Can you hear me? It's your sister!
oh, did she just kicked?
No, not kicking yet, honey.
In a little while, being a second sister might become a bit confusing.